Hello, my name is Alvin, Master Numerologist, and I would like to continue my series on exit points. An exit point is the day, the month, the year, and the age when the soul leaves the body. Today, I would like to talk about um, Carmen McRae. When I think of Carmen McRae, I think of strength and discipline. Carmen McRae was an American jazz singer, composer, pianist, and actress who made her transition on November the 10th, 1994, at the age of 74. Carmen McRae drew inspiration from Billie Holiday, and I suspect that Carmen's first subchord, which is the number 2, because 1 plus 1 is 2. She left in the transitional month of November. The 11 energy is a master number, reduced down to the number 2. In this aspect, I'm sensing that the vibration was reduced down to the number 2 because of her strong association with Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday being female energy, Carmen McRae being female energy, and the two energies together create the 2. This is what I'm sensing. I suspect that Carmen's first subcore, number 2, had a deep desire and need to perform with others. So I intuitively feel as though that what Carmen McRae wanted to do was to blend her energies in a cooperative manner with groups of other people, be it musicians um, or just um, associations with others. But I felt there was a very strong need, a strong urge for her to be able to do that. The 2 vibration is the easy to get along type of energy, and that's the type of personality a 2 energy has. But now that stands in contrast with Karma's second subcore, which is the number 1. Now, the number 1 energy comes from the day that she left. She left on the 10th, and 1 plus 0 equals 1. Now we have a contrast, or we have a conflict. The 1 energy wants to be left alone. The 1 energy is a very independent type of vibrational frequency, whereas the 2 energy enjoys the company of others. The 1 energy prefer to lead others or be in control of others. The 1 energy is struggling with self-independence. The 1 energy have a very strong urge to want to prove something to itself and to others and to the world. So we have a contrast there. We have a conflict within the personality. I'm quite sure that in the personality of Carmen McRae, we will see the strong need for independence, and then at the same time, a very strong desire to be able to work cooperatively with groups of other people. So, the second subcore, number 1, will be vasculating from the need of personal satisfaction and independence, which the number 1 is, and the co-mingling with others, which is the vibration of the third subcore of number 2. And the energy that sits between this 2 and 1 is the 3 energy, because 2 plus 1 is 3. And that's where a lot of her music was circulating, right in that area. That was the energy that was propelling her to enjoy playing the piano and doing concerts, and even made some appearances in some movies that hid in 3 energy there. So I feel as though at times she had a strong urge to break away from the group, to soar into the heavens independently, then realize how good it feels to be in the company of others and fly back into the flock. Now, Carmen's third sub-element is the number 5, which is the number of freedom, and it has 4 sub-elements. She left the planet at in 1994. And so those four sub-elements is the 1, the 9, 9, and the 4. Now the first sub-element um, is going to ignite a very strong urge to find self-identity, to carve out one's own image, a strong urge to do one's own thing. That's the vibration of that 1 energy when combined with the second subcore, which is a 1 energy. And of course, those two ones come back to make a 2 vibrational energy, which means that there's going to be a conflict or there's going to be a struggle in that area of when to stand strong and when to yield. And that perhaps was an ongoing conflict throughout the life. But nevertheless, the 1 energy is there, followed by the double nines. Now, the double 9 energies sits in contradiction to the first sub-element of the 1, because the 9 energy is a number of maturity and of growth, and it has come out of the need to be of service to itself, and will more than likely sacrifice its own self for the benefit of others. So the energy is trying to get soft in the double nines. But then we come back to the hard number 4 energy that works very harmonious with the 1 energy. And so therefore the personality is developing for an individual that may lean more towards the outer, stronger, masculine, aggressive, strong-willed, self-determined type of individual that may have struggled on the second level and on the ninth level of surrendering willingly to the group energy. But let us continue. So we have that 4 energy there, and so the nines want to share their gifts with the world, and has a very strong urge to step on the world stage to showcase their talents. But the third sub-element, which is the number 4, harmonizes well with the first sub-element of the number 1, bringing a balance um, with the strong need to be recognized for one's own worth and be more than willing to share that worth. So the key was to balance the masculine energies with the feminine energies. The feminine energies are the 2s and the 9s, and the masculine energies are the 1s and the 4s. Now, when we look at all 4 of the sub-elements from the year of her departure, together they're going to create the compound number of 23, reduced down to the third subcore of the number 5. So when you add 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 9 is 19, plus 4 is 23, reduced down to the 5 energy. That compound number of 23 is once again that 2 energy struggling to find the 2 energy is struggling to learn how to be comfortable in the presence of other people, to resist the need and the urge to be the one that has to be like center stage, to be able to soften up and to let others enter into the life more readily and more easily. And the 3 energy once again is there to encourage her to continue with her music, um, in her acting ability. But the 5 energy is an energy of change. It's a very impulsive type of vibrational frequency. And so the number 5 energy is the energy that is more comfortable being free as opposed to the status quo, which makes the 5 energy sits in contradiction to a 4 energy. A 4 energy is more stabilizing, a more reserved type of vibrational energy, and the 5 energy is more of an impulsive. So you'll probably see that aspect within the personality to make changes quickly, perhaps not to think things through as thoroughly as perhaps they should have been thought through, and a strong conflict between should I stay or should I go. So there's a conflict there. So number 4 is more comfortable with the status quo. The 5 being impatient will quickly change the direction. The number five energy is also very impulsive, and it changes directions without rhyme or reason. A strong need for fresh air and can become moody and uptight if it feels being confined for too long of a period. And so that was the dominating energy from the third subcore of the five, even though it had the discipline of the number four and the focus of the one. The basic personality of a five energy is it needs air. And if it feels as though it is cooped up, then it will convert to perhaps moodiness, and it would look for some type of an outlet, an escape. I get, I'm suffocating in this box because a four can act as a box energy. Now, when you add the sub elements and the subcores together, you're going to get Carmen McRae's major core of the number 8. And that is derived from adding her first two sub elements, which is the 11 from the month that she departed on, made her transition, to her second two sub elements, which is the 10, because she left on the 10th with the year of her departure, which was 1994, creating the compound number of 2015. So what we have here in 2015 is we have once again the two energy exerting itself to try to inject some softness into a personality that may lean more towards the outer vibrations, because now we have a hard 8 that harmonizes very well with the hard 4 and with the hard 1, and it may make it more difficult for the sensitive and the softness of the number 2 and the number 9 to find balance within the personality and in the behavior. So the number 8 is very strong and very powerful, and it works well with the second subcore of number 1 and with the third sub-element of the number 4, creating a profile that lean more towards the material. When I say the material, I just mean just someone with a very strong will, very strong self-determination, someone that's interested in perhaps carving out their own particular niche, not so much of a follower. At times, it may be difficult to penetrate and get to know the real individual because of the defenses that perhaps was set up around them because of the ones and the fours and the eights. So the first subquarter, number 2, when up against the power of the 1, the 4, and the 8, may have had difficulty letting people in. Now, Carmen McRae left her body at the age of 74, and I sense at the end of her life, she was making peace with God, because the 7 energy is always indicated is always indicative of someone that has that that's finding time for themselves, and in essence finding time for God, or beginning to have a build a stronger relationship, or a more of a trusting relationship with the infinite. And then the four energy, it's once again is a vibration that's very protective energy. There's a very energy that's hard to penetrate through, and so I'm detecting a strong ones, fours, and eight type of vibrational pattern surrounding Carmen McRae, which I feel might have made it difficult for the twos and the sixes and the nine to find an equal footing or equal balance there. But so I believe that the four, the wall of protection, might have softened, and the number 2 was trying to penetrate and bring more of a relaxation into her life and just let her life flow. So the 2 energy was constantly there trying to soften the hardness of the ones and the fours and the eight. So when I add the her major core number of 8 with her age core of number 2, it's going to bring me back to a very strong will and self-determined lady, which is the number 1, because 8 plus 2 is 10 and 1 plus 0 is 1. Now, I personally sense that Carmen McRae was torn between commitment on the 6th level and a strong need to just stay free in her personal life. And the reason why I say that is because I see that that conflict that's going on, the 5 and the 6. And when I observe that, it's always pretty much indicating an individual that wants the value of having a relationship, but also the relationship might have made her feel confined and restricted, and then she would need to put some distance between the relationship. So it would be like going back and forth. Yes, I want love. Then tomorrow, love is kind of like holding me down. And I'm going to try to illustrate that to you, based on the numbers. Here is Carmen McRae's numbers right here, and what I'm observing is the first energy of the 11 and the 2. The 2 energy is trying to insert softness, but then it's up against this 1 energy that prefer to do its own thing. The 2 and the 1 come together to make this 3, and the 3 energy is about music, is about singing, is about performing. But then over here in 1994, you see this 4 energy that sits up here. This brings a sense of heaviness, and then you have the lightheartedness of this 5 energy. But see, this is where the conflict is beginning to take place. Right in here, you see this compound number of 15, which makes this 6 energy. The 6 energy sits in opposition to this 5 energy. There's a tug of war going on there predominantly. When I look at the numbers this way, once again, I've observed the you see right in here, you see the 5 energy that's made from the 1932, but you see this 15 energy here from 2015. You see the 15 energy here, okay, and then which gives her her core number of the number 8, this right there. Y'all see that? There's a 15 here. There's a 15 here, which is the 6 energy there, which is the 6 energy and the 5 energy, and that 6 and that 5 pattern is repeating itself. Now, quickly, if you take a look at her birth numbers, you can kind of see the same pattern that was created. Uh, this right here is illustrating, her music. I mean, this very strong need to be free and independent, and you see the 32 makes that 5 energy, but 1932 make a 15 6 pattern. There's that 5 and 6 conflict that I've been observing. There it is again. The 1 5 energy, the 5 energy, and the 6 energy. So that pattern is indicating to me there was a struggle. Her destiny was the 6. Her destiny was to um, it was more of a soft energy, more of an energy of a responsibility, home, family, children. My research uncovered that she was married twice, but the marriages didn't really last. But she did try love, and I did not uncover if she ever had any children or not. And then this 8 energy is an energy, of the world. I want to be out on stage. I want to make my own money. And you see these very strong masculine numbers here, the 4 and the 8 energy, and then you have the 8 over here. It was just, I just came to the conclusion that the personality was a very external type of vibrational energy, and that she might have struggled, like I said, between the 5th level and the 6th level. I just sensed that she wanted wings to fly, but then at the same time she wanted what love and romance could offer her. And I believe in the end, though, the masculine numbers had more dominance in the life than the softer numbers, and she preferred to well, she preferred to pretty much stay in the outer world. The 1s and the 4s and the 8, I do believe was dominant in the personality and the profile. So anyhow, that's just my conclusion based on 40 years of experience of numerology. And I just wanted to share my perspective with you guys. It's not that the perspective is correct. It's not that the perspective is wrong. It's just a perspective. It's just the way I see the world through numbers, through numerology. And if you can get something out of it, so be it. And if you don't get nothing out of it, so be it. It's just there. I'm just offering you just another perspective, just another way of looking at something. You can draw your own conclusion. So until the next video, I would like for everybody to keep your heads up and come to realize that you are indeed the divine child of God. And remember, be still and know that I am, and seek the kingdom of God within. All right, to the next video. Peace.